going to ask him a few questions. Okay. How old were you when the blizzard of '78 happened?
I was a college senior and I was 20 years old.
Where were you when the snow started?
I was at Rhode Island College, which is up in Providence, Rhode Island.
Were you stuck at school?
Yes, the class I was taking was an indoor class which had no windows facing outside. And an announcement was made over the public address system that it was snowing out, and the snow was several feet deep at the time, and they advised all students that were commuters, which meant that they commuted back and forth to school each day, to leave class early and start home.
How many days was school closed?
School was closed for about 7 days, I believe, after the storm.
How much snow was there after it was done?
I don't remember the exact inch total, but I think there were drifts sometimes as high as 8, 10 feet high. I believe there was about 4 foot of snow.
How do you get home?
Well, when they made the announcement that the snow was getting deep, my wife, which was my girlfriend at that time, was also attending the school. We both got into the car and we drove actually from Providence all the way back to Ashaway, which is the next town over from Westwood. And the normal drive is about 50 minutes to an hour, and it took us almost 4 hours to get home.
Can you tell us some of the story?
Well, people were getting stuck on the highways, and when they got stuck, they were abandoning their cars. So they would leave their cars and lock them, and the next car would come up and it would get stuck, and pretty soon the whole highway system was just a big parking lot where you couldn't drive because there were so many abandoned cars on the highway. So people were just catching rides or walking back to the main roads, and eventually the only way you could drive, which we did, was drive in the breakdown lanes and go up and around, get off exits and get back on. And finally, when we got certain places, there were drifts so high that we had to keep just driving into them with the car until we plowed a hole through them. And we finally made it back.
Was your car damaged at all after that?
No, I had an old beat-up car, and it wasn't really damaged, but I lived on a hill, and the only way I could get home is my father had to, he worked for the highway department, had to sand the road really good to be able to get up the road. And the governor declared a state of emergency, and nobody was allowed on the roads for about 5 or 6 days.
Thank you. This is my interview with Mr. Ahern. Bye.